All right, another story dealing with young people in our community is at North Central High School. Students protested ICE deployment across America.
At one point, dozens of students were involved in a walkout near 86 and Westfield Boulevard in Indianapolis. That's where our Ella Rhodes is now for us this afternoon. Ella, so tell us about what you witnessed. From what I heard, it got pretty chaotic there at one point.
It got extremely chaotic. There were at least around 400 students that walked out of school and came to this intersection that you mentioned, 86 and Westfield Boulevard. They completely took over the street here. There were just so many of them chanting out against ICE, protesting against ICE and those policies. Take a look at this video from earlier around 2 p.m. when the students walked out of class for this. They were holding handmade signs, lots of chanting. And it was really scary at first also because the snow is still on the ground. There's not shoulder or any safer place for them to stand. So a lot of the students were being, pushed into the street almost just because there wasn't a lot of space. And it's also extremely cold outside. But there were hundreds and hundreds of students out here. And IMPD quickly responded also to help with that crowd control and navigate traffic because several drivers were very confused, which is all of the children out. They were climbing on snow mounds and holding up flags of Hispanic and Latino countries. It was just really such an overwhelming presence of students taking to the streets. I reached out to MSD Washington Township earlier as well about this because this was planned by the students in advance. So I reached out to the school district. They told me that students are responsible for adhering to the code of conduct and they, will have to go by those rules and face those consequences. But there were hundreds and hundreds of students out here, so they will all be in a very similar position as well. And IMPD said they were just trying to keep everybody safe because I did reach out to them as well about their response to this. And, this was not the only ICE protest and walkout at a high school in central Indiana. There have been several today and earlier last week as well. And there's even more planned for Friday, just young people really coming out to show their opinion, their voice, and their First Amendment.